welcome back to The Workplace, where we will feature different guests really in the different industries to tell you more of their services, their programs, how they can help you in the situation that you're currently in. Well, for those of you who are stressed and you're looking for an outlet to release that stress, you've tried spas, you've tried breathing, you've tried not going to work, you've tried taking a vacation, but still somehow you're just still stressed. Well, you know what? You can try out yoga because our special guest today is none other than the Mexican Kundalini yoga teacher, Miss Ines Marti. Hello again, Ines.
Hi.
And you know what? Speaking with you a while ago for more than, for during the show, just already started to relax me because when you're telling me all of these things, which I agree on, about, you just have to let go of the tension, just let it out, and that there is already a group, which is Urban Ashram Manila, that can help a lot of people really just relax through different types of yoga and also meditation. So great to know that you guys are helping a lot of people. Now, we do have a couple of questions from the viewers early on before we get into fertility yoga. We have one from Anna who just wanted to find out. She has a C scoliosis. So technically her spine kind of looks like a C, and she wanted to find out if yoga can help make her posture better.
Absolutely. If you have the right teacher and if you have someone that knows how to work with your condition, and at Urban Ashram Manila we have even therapeutic yoga, it can definitely help. You can always work with what you have already. So I would, come to the studio, try it out.
And one thing I also like that you mentioned is that they are specializing on certain areas. So for example, you have a certain condition, you have to make sure to inform the teacher.
Yes, absolutely. It's very important because the teacher will have the sequence, and then if you go and say, hey, I have a very weak lower back, then the teacher will probably give you something to adapt and to protect you, different poses to help with your condition, or if you're in a pose, if it's a good teacher, they'll give you an adaptation so that you can strengthen or heal and work with what you have.
Okay. Before we move on to fertility yoga, just another question by the name of Joe said that he had lung operation and his lungs aren't that strong, but he wants to get into some form of exercise like yoga. Is it still possible to do that despite having lung operation?
If you have your doctor's approval, yes, I would go to the studio, to a yoga studio, and said, this is my condition, which are the yoga types that you have and how can we work with. And I would recommend starting with a very gentle form of yoga so that you start gentle on your body and then you move up. Yeah?
Okay, thank you for that, Ines. Now let's just show the photos because we're going to be talking about fertility yoga. So, you take it away. Let us know what is fertility yoga?
Okay. Do I have...
Go ahead.
Okay, so fertility yoga, it's a very gentle form of yoga. It's composed of micro movements and breathing relaxation techniques, lots of restorative poses, and all the focus is on moving the energy into the pelvic area. We were trained with a Birthlight program, which was founded by Françoise Barbera-Friedman, which is this beautiful lady that you are seeing right now.
She created a program.
Yeah, she's actually a Cambridge University anthropologist.
Wow.
And she was a yoga practitioner, and during her master's and PhD, she was sent to live with the Amazonian women.
Amazonian women?
Yeah, with the tribes. And so when she was there, she discovered how, women, the different practices that women have in those tribes to get prepared to give birth, for pregnancy, and for postnatal. And when she went back to London, she realized, to Cambridge, that that women in a Western society or in more modern societies, we lose those traditions that were there for a reason. And so she created a yoga program that incorporated very old traditions from all over the world to bring the very best of holistic, approach to pregnancy, birth, and beyond. And one of her programs is the fertility yoga.
So these are like a couple of the sessions that she conducted.
That she teaches, and her teacher trainings, and we'll be very lucky to have her here on March.
Oh, okay. She'll
Yeah.
be back March 2014.
Yes, so for more information, you can again check urbanashrammanila.com and check her training.
Wow. So this is her.
Yeah,
It's
that's her.
amazing. Like being part of a, practicing or learning from tribes and Amazonian women to boot.
Yes, no, she has incredible wisdom and she's just such a lovely being and she just wants to share and she's very knowledgeable. Yeah.
All right. And there we have, this is already what you call the prenatal?
The prenatal yoga, yes.
So when can a woman actually start practicing? The moment that she already sees or from the doctor says, oh, you're pregnant, can you already start practicing?
Actually, the first trimester we would recommend a fertility yoga class because it's very relaxing and it actually helps promote implantation. And during those first 3 months, women usually feel very sick. So the breathing techniques and the relaxation techniques can actually make them feel better. And it's a very, again, it's a very, very gentle form of yoga.
I see a guy right there.
Yeah, oh yeah, because sometimes, and then they move after the first trimester, they move to the prenatal part and they can bring their partners.
Oh,
and so
right.
it's a whole preparation for birth. So through yoga, you keep your body strong, flexible, and at the same time very relaxed. It promotes a lot of relaxation. And again, the beautiful thing about the Birthlight method is that, you know, was Francoise really study and I mean she's a medical anthropologist, so she knows what she's doing and she adapted everything to every yoga pose and every sequence to suit a prenatal body. And yeah.
Okay, we have questions already from the viewers that their concern is the first month is very, very important, right? Because it's already the baby's developing.
Yeah.
So is it actually safe to take yoga classes?
Not any yoga class. I wouldn't say go to any yoga class. I would say it's safe with a Birthlight-certified fertility yoga instructor to go.
Oh, so there has to be a certification or...
Well, I don't know what other teachers' techniques are, but as this person mentioned, it is a very delicate period of pregnancy because that's when most miscarriages happen. But with the fertility yoga that we do, we actually help the women relax and promote the energy into the flow of pelvic area. So it's not doing poses and headstands again.
And splits.
And splits. No, it's a lot of breathing, a lot of very relaxed stretches, and a lot of relaxation techniques. So it's a complete different class. And yeah, if you're on your first trimester, I would advise you to go to Urban Ashram and try the fertility class or with any Birthlight-certified teacher. But if you're on your first trimester and you want to try just any yoga class, I think it would, you know, I wouldn't do it.
Okay, so
Yeah.
it has to be a fertility yoga class.
Birthlight class, yeah.
So you call that prenatal yoga.
We call that fertility yoga. We work on fertility yoga, we work with women who want to get pregnant and women on their first trimester because the whole practice is very, very gentle and very relaxed.
Okay, so how's the yoga, you mentioned that fertility yoga for women who want to get pregnant or are trying to get pregnant, how different is the yoga from the regular yoga? What kind of yoga is it?
Oh God, it's completely different. Again, it's very gentle, flowing micro movements.
Why are the movements like that? What are you trying to do for the body?
What we're trying to do is we're trying to relax the body and we're trying to promote the flow of energy into the pelvic area. So it's a very gentle class. And again, we work a lot with breathing. We work a lot with meditation, and it's just, you know, very nourishing class. It's not the type of workout class.
Okay, we have a question by Ina. Ina wanted to find out that her sister's trying to get pregnant, and they've been trying for 2 years, and I think the sister's already receiving injections from the doctor on a daily basis, and they haven't tried fertility yoga yet, and they want to find out is how can it help? I think she already heard about your explanation, but what does it do? It makes the stressed body relaxed.
Yes, you know, women who are trying to get pregnant and are not being successful, a lot of times they're very, very stressed, and you know, and it can be very frustrating. So in yoga, in fertility yoga, we work a lot on releasing that stretch and on releasing the energy blocks that are built on the body. So, I mean, we don't promise anything.
Right,
but
like after this fertility yoga, you're pregnant.
No, exactly.
Nothing like that.
But it's a work, and there has been successful cases of women who actually have gotten pregnant with fertility yoga, yes. And again, it's a very nice support group as well, to be surrounded by women who are going through the same thing as you are, because again, in prenatal yoga it's the same thing. We become very modern, and we have incredible healthcare right now, and so that can ensure your babies and your body physical safety. But at the same time, we are not considering the emotional and the spiritual components of conceiving and pregnancy and birth. We completely forgotten about that. So we're trying to rescue that and to address those needs and to support the women who come to our classes, to go beyond just the yoga, but just to get together as women, as people, and just offer each other support. That's what we all are about.
Wow, that sounds amazing. In fact, Ina did mention that, yes, her sister has been trying for 2 years and does not want to resign from her very, very stressful work. She has not practiced any gym exercises and whatnot, but now she said she'll recommend fertility yoga.
Yeah,
so,
she should.
Yeah, thank you for that. Now we have more women asking about the prenatal yoga practices. They are asking up to what month can they practice prenatal yoga?
Well, if it's a low-risk pregnancy and with your doctor's approval, I mean, I have women who come 3 days after giving birth. You know, yeah.
3 days after?
You get 3 days before. Sorry, 3 days before giving birth. You know, yeah, after the first trimester. The first trimester is fertility. After the first trimester, you pass on to the prenatal class, and then you go until you give birth. And we have different practices for each trimester. So on the last trimester, when women are about to give birth, we focus a lot of on labor and things that you can do and you can use on labor, and different movements and techniques to support the body at this stage.
Great. And then they're asking also is, what if the woman cannot go to the studio? Do you guys go to the house, especially if they'd like to really practice prenatal yoga?
Well, yes, you can actually call the studio and ask, you know, and we do private classes.
But depending on the availability
depending on the availability of the teacher. So yeah, you can arrange. We're very flexible that way, but yeah.
Okay, thank you for that. And we have another question by Sammy. He wanted to find out that his wife is actually 3 months in. Is it possible to get into prenatal yoga even if, for example, they didn't start from the onset?
Absolutely, yes. And even if you have never tried prenatal, even if you've never done yoga or any form of exercise before, you can still join the class, because again, we work with what we have and with every woman, and we have adaptations for everyone. And yeah, if Sam wants to come and join the class, he's also very welcome to do so.
Great.
Yeah, so you can come with your partner or with your mother or with your sister or by yourself. So
great. And
yeah.
then, okay, more questions. When, for example, you are already having, you're having your baby on the fifth month, and you can't regularly go to yoga class because of work, is that still okay? Like, I think it's like a once a week or a once every 2 weeks. Is that still possible?
Yeah, absolutely. Once a week will help, twice a week will help. And then the thing, what we do in class, I like to call it the little box of tools that I give women. So a lot of the exercises are very simple, and you can, once you learn them, you can practice them at home, and things to, you know, when you're not able to sleep or to relieve lower back pain, or, you know, we have a lot of different tools that can be applied even at home, the simple ones. Yeah, and once, twice a week, once every 2 weeks, whatever you can make, it's good.
Thank you for that. Okay, more questions. One from Lainey wanted to find out if, if you get into prenatal yoga, will it even actually help women more than those who are pregnant and don't get into prenatal yoga?
Well, I would say when you do yoga, and with prenatal yoga, you're keeping your body fit at the same time with a very safe practice, and promotes relaxation. And apart from that, you're getting a support group because, you know, pregnancy, we go through such a transformative stage when women are pregnant. They go to this process. So there is this support group that is surrounded by this. In this class, we get together and we
they
do
can
yoga.
share stories
and
after
we share
class
stories
or before class.
and you meet very nice people. And most of the women, you know, they call me after giving birth, and then they say, you know what, this technique, this breathing technique that we did in class really helped me during labor. I was so relaxed, you know, or yeah, so they really take the practice home.
So, you know, I think it's not just the women who will be helped out with this kind of practice, also the men, because a lot of the, what do you call this, the moms that I get to meet, I'm like, how is it giving birth? And they keep telling me they were cursing at their husbands during labor because it was that painful. And I guess, you know, if they're relaxed during labor, the husbands won't get scared of, you know, being screamed at, being cursed at during labor.
Yeah, and it's also very good for husbands as well, because husbands also get very stressed, you know, and then women is in labor and it's going to take a while, and the husband is like, so what do you need? What do I bring? What do you, and the woman's like, give me space, please, give me a break. So it's also very good for men to attend this type of yoga.
They can meditate in the lobby.
Yes, right? They can go and get flowers.
Yeah. Okay, now let's, just an overview of postnatal. At what week can, like, let's say a woman who just gave birth continue yoga?
I would say they can come back to the studio 4 to 6 weeks after birth. And we welcome babies as well. So women come with their babies to the class. Yes.
Wow.
And again, you know, it's not a regular type of yoga. It's very specified, it's very therapeutic, and it's very fitted for a postnatal women's practice. So whether you had a C-section or not, when you have your doctor's approval and you need to explain to your doctor that it's a very gentle form of yoga, then you're very welcome to join. And it's very important for women to come to postnatal yoga because your body goes through such a transformation when you're pregnant and when you give birth that you want to close your body, and rather than resuming a gym practice, which is just going to work on the outer layers of your muscles, it's really working from inside with your breath to closing your body and to nourishing your body. Because women, after they give birth, they are so tired, they are not sleeping well, you know, and there's not a lot of support for postnatal women.
But you guys provide.
But we provide, and it's, you know, it's very fun.
Great. Yeah. Thank you for that. You know what? A lot of people have sent us questions, and I'm sorry if you weren't able to let that or express it or even read it on air, but don't worry. We will send Ines and Urban Ashram Manila all the questions that you've just sent us. And if you have any further questions, just email us as well. But you know what? I'd like to thank you so very much for taking the 1 hour for being here in the show. I know it was a class, but thank you for sharing with us your expertise, your knowledge, and your stories. And hopefully when you do come back next year, you know, can you let us know about all the other updates of if there's a new program, because I'm sure the viewers who just need to relax would want to hear about it as well. So before we go, any last words, any messages you'd like to share to all of our viewers?
Yeah, well, I would invite everyone to come and do yoga. And yeah, well, I work with Urban Ashram Manila, and we are constantly bringing teachers from all over the world. So we have Jason Crandell coming on the 24 to the 29 of January. So if you're a yoga teacher and you're interested in deepening your knowledge, just come and take the training. We have Dr. Francoise Barbera Friedman from Cambridge coming in the last week of March. So if you're pregnant or you're trying to get pregnant, you can come and visit her classes. If you want to take a training, if you're a nurse or a midwife or a yoga teacher, you can come and train with her to become a Birthlight-certified teacher as well. So.
Great. You know what? Thank you so very much for being here. And I hope, you know, all the viewers did enjoy and learn something new, that, again, when you juggle a lot of things, you also need to know how to take care of your body, be aware of it, and also manage the stress by breathing properly and try out yoga. It doesn't have to be very, very complicated. Like what Ines just said, something very simple. Start off and just continue with that. Anyway, I'd like to thank once again all the viewers for supporting the workplace right here in Global News Network and Destiny Cable, because, again, we do have have a show already from 12 noon to 1 p.m. and every 7 to 8 p.m. every Monday. I hope you guys get to watch it. And we'd like to thank Grab Taxi Philippines because they started sponsoring the show. Thank you so much. Also, David Salon, thank you. Thank you, Laura, and the whole team for helping us out. Miss Michelle Lim and everybody else who sent us amazing messages from our nationwide viewers. I'd really like to thank you. It means so much. You know what? Merry Christmas. It's already December, and you know what? Just keep on breathing, relaxing, and smiling because it does help. And really, thank you for being a better part of our lives right here in GNN. This is Marybeth Nave. We'll see you again in our next episode of The Workplace. Take care. Safe trip.